Hi guys, welcome to Lesson 8 Concept Development video. It is Tuesday morning and we just got back inside from a fire drill and I am a little wet because it was rainy this morning, so that's nice. Also, a cool little thing, we had a staff meeting yesterday and of all the teachers in the building, Ms. Sajomo awarded me the Heart of the Panther Award. For how great that math lesson was that she came in to watch. And I don't know if it was with you guys, the alphas or the omegas, obviously not the distance learners, but she was really encouraged by what we were doing really well, the engagement level of you guys. So again, kudos to you because this award is not for Mr. Briggs. It really is for the whole group of us because we're really working hard at being successful in this whole new COVID experience around education and being here 2 days a week, or potentially for some of us, not at all. So I'm really impressed and proud of the work you're doing. So please keep that up. But without further ado, let's get into lesson 8 concept video. This one should be a little shorter than the others because it's the same lesson as we were doing before. We're going to keep working on rounding with the vertical number line, using our place value chart to help us decompose into unit form so that we can make our lives a little bit easier. So we're just going to practice things that we did in lesson 7 a little bit more. There'll be some word problems today. So don't ask if Mr. Briggs, are we doing word problems? I've been nice enough to just cross those off right now, but we have to get practice with them. So today's the day to practice some word problems. So let's get practicing rounding our decimals to different place values using our vertical number line and our place value chart. So I'm going to minimize myself, so see a little bit, but you'll still hear me. All right, and now I'm going to flip my computer down so that I can write on my device. Soon we're going to teach you how to do your work digitally. Let me go to the next page, and let's get started with our first practice. So I'd like you to write 49 and 67 hundredths. 49 and 67 hundredths. Write that down. Notice I haven't written anything yet. I'm waiting. So 49 and, whenever you hear me say and, or anyone say and, that's where that decimal goes. 49 and 67 hundredths. Great. Now we're going to round this one to the 10. So let's quickly put a place value chart. Let's put our decimal right there. Now the best piece of advice I can give you is to use the decimal to line things up. Well, the decimal is right between the 9 and 6, so the 9 is going to go here, the 6 is going to go here, and then I'm just going to build my number around it. Use the decimal to make life easy. Now we're rounding to the nearest tens. Let me label my place value chart. So if we're rounding to the nearest tens, how many tens are there? Well, let's create a vertical number line. Well, right now there's 4 tens, so that's the bottom of our vertical number chart. What's the next number of tens? What's one more than 4 tens? Well, it's 5 tens. Again, this is why we put it in unit form, because it just makes it really simple. Remember, the midpoint is going to be the bottom number of our vertical number line, so 4 tens, and the midpoint of the place value to the right. Well, the place value to the right of tens is 1, so it's 4 tens and 5 ones. Okay, well, let's look at our original number. It's 4 tens and 9 ones. Well, where would that go on our vertical number chart? Well, it would be above our midpoint, which means we're rounding to 5 tens. 5 tens is also equal to 50. Great job. Well, we didn't even really work with the decimals there, but I really wanted us to practice that and get warmed up. So let's try one where we're going to actually round to the tenths and the hundredths. So let me clear my page. And this time I'd like you to write 9 and 949 thousandths. So 9 and 949. So 9 and 949. Okay, well, let's quickly throw that in a place value chart to help us with our understanding. And I'm going to put the decimal right there so I know tenths is to the right of it, hundredths, thousandths. Hope I'm going to get that other 0 in there. This is ones and this is tens, right? So 9 and 949 thousandths. Again, use the decimal to help you line everything up. The decimal is between the nines, so 9 ones, 9 tenths, and then just build everything behind it. So 9 and 949 thousandths. Great. Now let's round it first to the tenths place. So let me just break my place value chart up, and I want to decompose the number and show all of my number as tenths, or as much of the numbers as tenths as possible. So to do that, I'm going to decompose the 9 ones into the tenths. So that should give us 99 tenths, 4 hundredths, 9 thousandths. This makes it so easy, because now let's think of that place value, or the number line, I'm sorry, the vertical number line. Well, what's our bottom number? Well, how many tenths are we starting with? Well, we're starting with 99 tenths. What's one more than 99? 100. So we're trying to decide whether or not this number is closer to 99 tenths or 100 tenths. Well, what's our midpoint? Remember, it's always the bottom number and 5 of the place value to the right. So 99 tenths plus 5 hundredths. Well, let's look at our place value chart and see how many hundredths do we have? 4. So is that above or below the midpoint? Yeah, that's below. So that means we're going to round down, and our answer is going to, for tenths, is going to be approximately 99 tenths. Well, let's visualize that. Can we have more than 9 into the one place value? No. Anytime we get groups of 10, we got to regroup it. So it's actually going to be 9.9. We have to shift those tenths back into the ones. Great job. All right, let's do the same number. I'm just going to clean it all off. 9.949. This time I'm going to build the place value chart around my number. Watch this. Boom. Oh, come on, pen. I'll do it from the bottom up. So here's my place value chart, right? I see ones, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. I see where my decimal is. Great. This time I would like us to round to the nearest hundredths. So that means we need to decompose into the hundredths place. So when we decomposed in the tenths place, we had 99 tenths, 4 hundredths, 9 thousandths. Well, if we decompose one more time into the hundredths place, we're bringing these tenths into the hundredths place, so it's 994 hundredths and 9 thousandths. All right, now that we've made it easy on ourselves, let's build our vertical number line. Well, let me actually label the place value chart underneath, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, just to help us out. Well, the unit form says we have 994 hundredths, 994 hundredths. Well, what's one more than 994? If we added one more hundredth to that, we'd have 995 hundredths. Again, I got to get a stylus. I'm really not that great with writing with my finger. Well, what's the midpoint? Remember, always, the midpoint is the bottom number plus 5 of the place value to the right. Well, this time the place value to the right is thousandths, so it would be 994 hundredths and 5 thousandths is our midpoint. Well, looking at our number, how many do we have in the thousandths place? We have 9. So we're rounding up. Our answer is going to be 995 hundredths. So let me actually change color to red. 995 hundredths. Now, if we regrouped, this is going to bring 9.95 as our answer. We just have to shift those back to the left. We have to do the opposite of our decomposing. We actually have to regroup it back to the left to get our standard number. And the answer would be 9.95. Great job. Let me just see if there's another one I would like us to practice. I don't think so, but there's one question on the problem set that I'm going to do a mini lesson on. So I really want you to practice on that one, because I want you to make sure that we're understanding how we can analyze some of these vertical number lines. Actually, I'll do it right now. I just made it. Sorry. Thanks for hanging in with me. So if I gave you a number line like this, and I wrote 26, and I'm just going to write units. It doesn't matter what if it's ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tenths, whatever. It doesn't matter. Well, this one's going to be 27 units because it's one more. And well, the halfway point will be 26.5, we'll say. So if I said the number that I'm working with rounds to 26, what would be the maximum number that I could be working with that would actually round down? So we have these little tick marks on our number line, right? This would be 26. This first one would be 26.1, 26.2, 26.3, 26.4, and 26.5 is our midpoint. Remember, anytime we land on this midpoint number, we round up. Anytime we're below that midpoint number, we're rounding down. So which one of these tick marks is the largest tick mark that is actually going to have us round down? Well, essentially what we're asking is, how close to the midpoint can we get with a number before we round down? Well, it would be this midpoint right here, which would be 26.4. Okay, let's do the same thing again. Let's do 26 at the bottom, 27 at the top. 26.5 is going to be our midpoint. Now let's pretend that we're going to 27 this time. The number we're working with goes to 27. So what would be the smallest number that would round up? Again, you have to think that we have these tick marks here, right? So this would be 26.5, 26.6, 26.7, 26.8, 26.9, and 27. So which one of these would be the smallest tick that would actually round down? Well, I did just say it on the last problem. It would be the midpoint. I think I said round down. I meant round up. What's the smallest number that we could possibly be working with that rounds up? I apologize for saying that wrong. Well, the smallest number that rounds up is the midpoint number. So the number we must have been working with was 26.5. All right, that is going to be it for the, oh, hi Bailey, you just submitted an exit ticket for lesson 7, nice job. What we're going to do now is you're going to go on to the problem set. If you're feeling comfortable, again, always go ahead of me, but please check your work. And if not, please do it with me. So I'll see you over at the problem set. Nice job.